guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here. Today guys, another video, and today guys I'm reviewing the season finale for WandaVision, which is actually called the series finale, so I guess maybe they're not going to do a season 2 or whatnot, but this review will contain spoilers, so if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it real quick, then you can come back, but I also did do reviews for all 8 of the other episodes, so check that out, link in the description, but, so yeah, the series finale, I thought it was pretty good. I know some people said it was a little disappointing, or had some mixed feelings on it, but, I really enjoyed it, See, I think the thing is, this is kind of like with, not as bad as, like, The Last Jedi, but, like, where the fan theories kind of, like, ruin people's, I guess, perception of it, when their fan theories don't turn out to be true, which, don't get me wrong, I was theorizing too, but, I mean, I don't really let that affect, like, my viewing experience, per se, I guess, but, like I said, to a lesser degree than, like, The Last Jedi, but I do think Marvel did purposely some things to kind of, like, be like, got you, like, especially if, like, Evan Peters, which, like I said, I didn't really care about, because I never really watched the Fox X-Men movies, but I know a lot of people were really hopeful that was, actually Quicksilver from the multiverse or whatnot, but, I mean, they definitely use that as kind of like a got you moment, but, I guess we'll start with the beginning of the episode, which, so we pick up from where we left off. I just kind of want to go over my favorite moments, I guess, but, Agatha and, Wanda, so pretty much Agatha wants Wanda's power, so, throughout the episode, she starts draining her powers, her hand gets, like, black and, like, decrepit, like the witches from her coven back in Salem we saw in, what was that, episode 7 or something, 8, yeah, 8, but... we see how, so that really was that Yo Magic commercial, because she's wanting to suck her out. Let's just say, Agnes is very creepy, because her fingertips are just, like, black, and it looks like she's got, like, a frostbite or something, or gangrene, like, that is just, it makes my skin crawl, but, especially, like, later in the episode, when she, like, pretty much fully sucks Wanda of her power, she's, like, pretty much looks like one of the zombies from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, kind of a weird reference for me there, but... and, throughout this episode, so we got our, magic villain, which is Agnes, and then our science villain, which is Spectral Vision, White Vision, whatever you want to call him, which, let me just say, I absolutely love Spectral/White Vision. I'm just gonna call him White Vision, but, he's just awesome. He actually is, like, a little bit different design than Vision himself, because you gotta remember, they did, sort of did take him apart and put him back together, but, and, he whenever he's fighting Vision later, which let me just say, the fight for Vision, or the fights with the Visions, was very cool. A little short-lived, but I do think what they were able to do there was very cool, seeing 2 Visions fight together, their phasing abilities and all that, but, like, later, whenever they're, like, in the library, they start talking, and he's like, so what's your one mission? He's like, well, to destroy Vision. He's like, but, am I Vision? I'm not really the Vision, or something like that, and he starts talking about the, Theseus ship, theorem, or whatever it is, which is pretty much, where, if you got a ship in a museum, you replace every piece of wood because it's rotten. Is it still the same ship? And if you take those pieces that you replaced off of it, remove the rot, and put it back together, do you got 2 of the old ship, or 2 new ships that are not even related to the old ships? And they're like, and he's like, well, I mean, they're both the same, but they're also both not the same. And it's kind of a weird theorem, but or a theory, or what is it called? It's I forgot what it's called, but it's like God, okay, well, I'm kind of rambling now, but, so, and then Vision's like, let me just touch you and give you your memories that, Sword's hiding from him. He touches them, and he gets all the memories back and all that, which, then we see his White Vision's eyes turn from, like, robotic, like, human, which does signify that I do think the old Vision is back via the memories, and it almost seems like, because his little arc reactor in his forehead turns, like, yellow for a second, so I do think Vision actually did put some of the Mind Stone that was in him that we learned later in the episode back into Spectral Vision, and then he just kind of flies off for, a future MCU appearance or whatnot, but, because... so pretty much, Wanda fights, Agnes and whatnot, the sword, well, pretty much Agnes turns, all the townspeople out of their little spell, and they start, like, berating Wanda or whatnot, and then she straight up starts, like, choking them, because, she unleashes anger or whatnot, but... And then she's like, okay, well, I'll let y'all go. She, like, uses her powers and starts to split open the hex or whatnot, so they start running for it, but, at the same time, whenever Vision's fighting Spectral Vision, this actually happened before, the two Visions in the library, and that before Vision turns them, but they kind of start falling apart of Vision and then her two kids, which just show that they're connected to the hex. So they start falling apart. So then Wanda stops doing that. And then, but whenever it's open, Hayward and his goons roll into military trucks and whatnot. So, a little bit of a threat there. But the kids, the two kids kind of, take care of that. But and then Hayward almost shoots the twins. So then Monica comes in and saves the day. Which, like with Evan Peters' character earlier, he actually is Ralph, but his name's Ralph Boner, which I think is funny. But I know some people weren't too thrilled with that. But my guess is he actually is the witness protection thing that we heard all the way back in, what was that, episode 3, I think, from Jimmy Woo, which is very interesting. But also Jimmy Woo uses more magic to escape some handcuffs, calling his FBI buddies and all that. And then we get this big epic final conclusion with Agnes and Wanda up in the sky, where they're fighting or whatnot. Seems like, Wanda's just like, here, just take my powers, She starts to drain her dry, but, she keeps, like, missing and hitting the edges of the hex or whatnot. And then, eventually, after a while, after Agnes is about to finish her, we learn that Wanda was actually casting runes around the hex where Agnes couldn't use her powers before, like, Agnes did to her in the basement or whatnot, which is very cool. And then Wanda gets all her powers and like becomes the Scarlet Witch with a new costume and all that, with a headpiece and all that. Oh, her costume looks so good. I love it so much. But then she and then pretty much to punish Agnes, she's like, I'm gonna let you, since you chose to be the nosy neighbor in my little world, that's what I'm gonna let you be as. And she kind of turns into the nosy neighbor where she's kind of stuck there. And even before that, Agnes is like, well, you're gonna need me to help you. And then Wanda's like, well, yeah, I'll know where to find you at. Which, and they're kind of sent Wanda up to be the villain for Doctor Strange or whatnot, but because Agnes and her Darkhold, which we do learn is the actual Darkhold, but she says that the Scarlet Witch is destined to destroy the world or universe or something like that, which I imply just to rip open the multiverse or something like that, but. And then, like, Wanda starts to reverse the hex or whatnot. So, starts freaking slowly. Vision and her two kids go home. She tucks them in and, like, kind of says goodbye. And then, right before, the hex comes and gets Vision from her, they have a nice little talk, which Vision's like, what am I exactly? And she's like, you're a part of the Mind Stone, but you're, like, my sadness, my, remorse, and mostly my love, put together. And, that's very sweet. And then, we see Vision kind of fade away and the whole house disappears. And then, she's kind of walking out, which I must say that was a very good goodbye. But, and then she's like walking out. All the townspeople are mad at her. Monica looks at her. She's like, they wouldn't even understand what all you did to save them. And she's like, well, yeah, they'll probably still be mad though or whatnot. But then she kind of just flies out of there in her costume or whatnot. And then the FBI rolls up, all that. And then we get some post-credit scenes, which also the way the episode ends where Wanda just flying off, kind of, I wouldn't say anticlimactic, just kind of feels unsatisfying. And the whole thing with this finale, it does kind of feel rushed because it's only like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. I do definitely think it kind of feels rushed. And I mean, it's a little bit anticlimactic, but I'd say more just kind of unresolved, I guess, which I feel like it's the basic feeling from everybody. But I still enjoyed the finale. I thought there were some good fight scenes, some good resolutions and stuff. But overall though, and then also the end credit scene involves Monica, one of the FBI agents, going into the theater. It turns out it's a Skrull, and she's like, one of your mother's friends sent me, and she's like, we need to go there. And she points up to space. So I'm guessing that's either Nick Fury or Captain Marvel. I highly doubt it's Captain Marvel though, so probably Nick Fury up on this space station or whatnot, which is very cool. Then the post credit scene is really cool. We see Wanda out in this cabin out in the mountains, which some people say in the Sokovian Mountains, which it probably is, who really knows, but in this cabin, she's just kind of making tea. Then we see kind of her spectral form in the back, in her costume and all, practicing the Darkhold, which is like the darkest spells in the MCU or whatnot, which is, yeah, definitely setting her up to be a villain. Then we hear of her children's voice, calling for help or whatnot, which does, may signify Mephisto in the future, maybe, question mark, like they're in hell or whatnot, which would definitely be cool. And that does mean that, the Vision that she spit in Westview could also be somewhere also, but I'm pretty sure they're just going to use the spectral Vision getting all his memories back to kind of bring Vision back, which I wouldn't mind. I kind of wish he showed up in the post-credit scene or whatnot, but anyway, guys, so far, but overall, though, this episode, I'll probably give it a, I think I've been giving, like, most of the last few episodes, like, a 9.5, and I'll give it a 9.5, too. I was expecting just a little bit more, but it just kind of feels, a little rushed, I would say, for the finale, and, a little unconclusive, I guess. I know some people are going to be mad because, the Evan Peters stuff and all that, but I thought it was a fun finale. Definitely answered some questions and left a great setup for the future of the MCU. So, like I said, 9.5 out of 10. I might do a whole, like, series overview, like, kind of review, and maybe a Lego set ideas, set ideas for this. Maybe not, it just depends. But, anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below on this, finale. Did you guys enjoy it as much as I did? Did you guys were disappointed, or you just kind of have mixed feelings? But check out my Twitter and Discord link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.